here's the thing, folks. If you ever get to a point in your research where you think you know all there is to know about all this stuff, let me tell you something. You're fooling yourself. You are absolutely fooling yourself. I mean, and believe me, I was there one time, and that is because, if you're following this, one figurehead, or you're following, one area of the Patriot movement or anything else, you're going to get a limited realm, a real minimal point of view. You're not going to get the whole picture. You're going to get a very minimal scope view of that. You're also going to be keeping yourself in a state of arrested development by not continuing to push and see how much is out there. I got to tell you, with all this stuff that's going on now, where they're trying to now, they're now merging and taking some of these Patriot radio operations and some of these different operations mainstream. They're attempting to say, the mainstream Fox News and the rest of this stuff is trying to co-opt the Patriot. They're not trying to co-opt anything. That is the most ridiculous word. These people created this whole cloth. The Patriot movement is just an extension of that, and all they're trying to do now is they're taking some of these guys who are having to increase their operations mainstream because we're kicking their hinds ends. See, people are waking up to this stuff. It's just interesting that they're doing this right in the heart of when I'm releasing a film that's exposing all that and proves how these people controlled all that. I mean, there has been, when you watch this Pat Buchanan and Larry McDonald, Tom Braden crossfire clip from, the mid-1980s, early 1980s, what's interesting about that is you see that they're talking about the New World Order. And, of course, Pat Buchanan's trying to act like he doesn't know what he's talking about, when Pat Buchanan and Larry McDonald are both members of the Council for National Policy. In fact, they were both Jesuit trained as well. You look into Congressman Larry McDonald, trained by Jesuits. Pat Buchanan, trained by Jesuits, openly admitted to by Peter Jennings in a clip we have in the film. And they were both members of these groups like the Council for National Policy, the World Anti-Communist League. I mean, you look, and they were all running these anti-communist operations, but yet there they are acting like, Larry McDonald's crazy because he's talking about the socialist one world government takeover. See, they were doing this way back then because people were already waking up and figuring out what was going on to a large extent during that time. Most of the time during that time, what it really consisted of was people that were members of the John Birch Society. So that's, of course, why they had Larry McDonald on, why they were doing that. See, that's another thing that people forget is, as we talk about in the film as well, the Hunt Oil brothers, when they started buying up silver and caused this massive increase in silver, and then, of course, it tanked. Well, they don't tell you in there who are the people who are the constituents that bought onto this that really lost their shirts. That was people of the John Birch Society that were following the Hunts that got on the silver train. There was buy silver. Same thing's going on right now with gold. They're now creating a systematic rise in the price of gold. They're going to raise it way up, and then they're going to collapse it. So all these, people that are all over these gold dealer commercials, and it's funny, a lot of these mainstream Patriot movement Jew gold dealers are now hawking their wares on Fox News with Glenn Beck and playing their commercials on Coast to Coast AM and on all sorts of Fox News broadcasts. And yet they're writing articles complaining about how Fox News is co-opting their movement. I don't understand that. I mean, how you're going to complain about Fox News co-opting your movement, but at the same time you're going to run your gold ad commercials on there? I mean, it's just total hypocrisy. And that's what's going on. And so, people have to understand that there is no difference between this. I'll read this article from today from Prison Planet. pooper planet. Fox launches Infowars.com clone website in an attempt to cannibalize the Patriot movement. This is the biggest bunch of crap I've ever heard in my life. They're trying to reinforce this idea that somehow they're trying to co-opt a movement that they created in the freaking first place. And this is another one of their attempts to take it mainstream so they can own the terminology and own the boundaries of what you can and can't talk about, folks. And, people need to see this. The quote-unquote freedom movement is gaining momentum thanks to the Ron Paul revolution and the power of syndicate radio and film. Oh, that's it, huh? No, nobody else had any hand in that. Okay. Like synchronized swimmers, Fox News pundits spanning radio and TV have done a 180, talking nonstop about the Constitution, gun rights, and Ron Paul. Glenn Beck has gone so far as to organize the 9/12 campaign and Tea Party tax protests. And Ann Coulter likes Ron Paul all of a sudden. Freaky Twilight Zone or hardcore psychological operation. Well, now here's the kicker. You're one click away from becoming the Fox Nation. The Fox Nation website is the most blatant attempt yet at how the right-wing paradigm is trying to reabsorb all the elements of conservative society who saw through Bush the way the same fringe they were months ago. No. This is a way that they're trying to make anybody who is against this administration and against the Obama administration look like a bunch of these crazy right-wingers, folks. You understand what they're doing here? This is an operation. And I've been seeing this black operation happening for the past month now, and it's getting more and more. And yet now, this website like Prison Planet is trying to come out and say, oh, this is an operation for them to try to absorb the Patriot movement. BS, man. This is an operation so that they can identify and lump all the same people into the same boat here. You understand? I mean, they're trying to deem anybody who is against this administration as some sort of homegrown terrorist. And again, if I said it once, I've said it a million times, it's why it's important that you declare your sovereignty from movements, leaders, and all the rest of this stuff, and declare yourself a free and sovereign citizen of humanity. And, being that the only thing that you belong to is that you're a member of humanity, the human race, and that's it. Free of borders, flags, constitutions, or anything else. Declare yourself truly free. Give me a call. Look, I'm not a part of your movement. I'm not a part of your Patriot movement. I'm not a part of your freedom movement. I'm not a part of your blind hero worship following crap. I don't want anything to do with it. Never have, never will. Don't want anything to do with it. Go on with that. But we're going to continue to expose the left, the right, the center, all of it here, just as we continue to do. So Fox News can get up there and talk about all this crap anyway. This whole thing with Ron Paul's a joke anyway. I saw a video of him the other night where he was, saying it was a good thing of what Governor Perry was talking about, Texas seceding from the Union. That's a trap as well. This crap where, it's a Texas must secede from the Union and Chuck Norris could become the president. That's a good thing. Chuck Norris is CMP as well. The guy supported Huckabee. Give me a break here, folks. Are we really buying into this? Unbelievable. More on the other side. Monday edition of the Global Reality. I'm your host, Josh Reeves. Stay with us.